May we know from the committee secretariat if we were able to verify the veracity of his excuses during his last absence from the Quad Committee's hearing?
Congressman Paduano.
Just a point of clarification. Since it was denied, does it follows that the motion last time to issue subpoena is in effect?
Yes. Can you please...
Mr. Chair, may I comment?
Okay, Congresswoman Luistro.
I humbly submit that the subpoena is still in effect. However, our challenge is it was not served to this date. It has not yet been served to this date. So I wish to suggest, humbly recommend to Quadcom that whenever we issue a subpoena, I hope we can adopt a template so right on the same date and time, we have the resource speaker receive all the subpoena. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman Luistro. Comsec, please take note of the manifestation of Congresswoman Luistro.
Mr. Chair, just a inquiry germane to the commotion earlier raised by Congresswoman Luistro. Since we have
Let me
already...
just state for the record that the committee has not, the motion to quash of Attorney Roque is not in a proper motion because he has not received any subpoena. Or any none of the subpoenas has been served by the committee secretariat yet at that point. So yes, Congressman Adyong.
Thank you. Nevertheless, Mr. Chair, I would just like to inquire from our secretariat because I believe during the past committee hearings when all these documents were requested for Harry Roque to submit, he was here during those committee hearings. And may I confirm from the secretariat, based on our records, did Harry Roque in fact heed and accepted the request of this committee for him to submit all these documents? Can Mr. Chair, the secretariat, confirm this?
Comsec?
He has committed, right?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Your Honors. During the August 22 public hearing, the committee requested Attorney Roque to submit all those documents mentioned, and he promised, he committed that he will submit it. And then on August 27, we sent a letter reminding him of his commitment to submit those documents. And on the 28th, he was absent. He was supposed to submit those documents on the 28th, but he was absent. He sent a letter of excuse, citing his his hearing of the International Arbitral Tribunal. In his motion to quash, he referred to that August 27 letter reminding him of those committed documents that he will submit.
So, Mr. Chair, if I may be allowed, Mr. Chair. So it's
Please
very
proceed.
clear. It's very clear, Mr. Chair, upon the confirmation of our secretariat that when all these documents were requested for Harry Roque to submit, he was here, he did to the request of this committee, and in fact agreed to submit all these documents required of him. So in the case, in his pleading to the committee by due process, I agree with Congresswoman Luistro that that one of his reasons that he's not granted due process, our records will show, Mr. Chair, that we have been extending due process. In fact, he himself accepted and never gave or never raised any objection to the request when it was made at his presence, Mr. Speaker, during those dates that were mentioned by the Secretariat. So that is my manifestation, Mr. Chair, that all those motions, all those reasons that were cited by Mr. Roque were in fact hindi po mag-a-apply. Yung due process man lang, binigyan ho natin siya ng ganong malaking due process because he was here when all those requests were made. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Adjong. Congressman Paduano?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, kaya nga I asked the chair if the subpoena issued to do all those documents to Mr. Harry Roque is still in effect. Though it was not sent to him last week, but there is a motion that time and was approved unanimously by this committee that a subpoena should be issued to Mr. Harry Roque for all those documents being requested by this committee. So, Mr. Chairman, I do believe that the subpoena is still in effect. All we have to do is send to Harry Roque that subpoena, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
It is still in effect, Congressman Paduano. In fact, upon the motion of Congresswoman Luistro, we denied already the motion to quash of Attorney Roque. Therefore, he's still compelled to submit all these documents that was required of him during the last committee hearing of the Quadcom. So we will now proceed with the interpellation.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair, I just would
Congressman
like to-
Abante.
Just like to find out, we have invited Attorney Harry Roque here, but did he submit to us a letter explaining his absence?
None that the committee has received from Attorney Harry Roque, Congressman Abante.
And I would like to make a motion, Mr. Chair, that we issue a show cause order on Tony Harry Roque and compel him to attend this hearing next time. I so move, Mr. Chair.
Okay. There is a motion to issue a show cause order for the absence of Attorney Harry Roque in our committee hearing today. Duly seconded. Hearing no objection, the motion is carried. Comsec, please take note.
Mr. Chair, last concern,
Mr.
please.
Chairman.
Okay, Congresswoman Luistro and then Congressman Fernandez.
May we know from the committee secretariat if we were able to verify the veracity of his excuses during his last absence from the Quad Committee's hearing?
Madam, Mr. Chair, Your Honor, we contacted the International Arbitral Tribunal in Singapore. I have emailed them, messaged them through the contact us because they have no available email. So for now, that's the effort of the committee.
Mr. Chair, I just wish to manifest that we acknowledge the technical gaps which are being encountered already by the committee secretariat. So I hope we can provide some interventions to make these measures and remedies happen. Thank you.
Comsec, take note of the manifestation of Congresswoman Luistro. Now we proceed with the interpellation on the topic of illegal pogos. The first to interpellate, where's the list? Nasaan yung list? Congressman Dan Fernandez.
Mr. Chairman, since we are discussing already those people who have not been cited for, subpoena ba yun? Kanina, sinabi mo? Show cause order. Are we going to discuss also the issue of Mahila Roque? We haven't discussed it yet, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Congressman Paduano.
just to clear about it, during the previous hearing, Harry Roque committed to this committee that he will submit the medical certificate on both surgery. And until now, he's not submitted. That's why, to give due process on that matter, maybe we will wait for the official document or the statement coming from Harry Roque. Because Miss Myla Roque sent us a letter. But this letter is not, supposedly is not the issue or the subpoena that was given to him last hearing, Mr. Chairman. So as of now, the status is we will wait for the official certificate, medical certificate coming from the doctors of Miss Myla Roque with regards to the surgery. Kasi yun po yung yung importanteng bagay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Paduano. Does that satisfy Congressman
I
Fernandez?
think that they have submitted to us the no certificate that submitted to... okay. Sige. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That clarifies everything.
Thank you, Congressman Fernandez.